Well, I think I'll start it this way. I have not kissed a cat's butt.
You're still young.
Thanks, right. Yeah, there's hope for me yet, right? Well, Alex already touched on it earlier, but Christmas is coming up. Usually that's kind of a joyous time for me, but this year I had to explain to my whole family multiple times why I'm unemployed, not in school, and doing nothing with my life except pursuing comedy, you know? So that should kind of set the mood for my set, right? That's alright, I don't really care. But I've been thinking a lot. That's kind of all I do while I'm unemployed and not in school and whatnot. But I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be tough. And I wonder if being tough is getting a beer bottle smacked against your head, or if being tough is not really complaining about a beer bottle getting smacked against your head. But I've been thinking, but I think it does mean that. If you get a beer bottle smacked against your head and you don't say anything and you don't move, you just kind of sit there and let it happen, then I think you might be a little tough.
Oh, it's the second one.
Yeah. So, just vary some time and some details. I was in a bar and this guy decided that he'd say, I'm going to pull my pecker out. I didn't really appreciate that because I was there with a couple ladies, and the ladies I really do like, so I mentioned to him that it's not a good idea. So he decided to say, well, I'll slap the fuck out of you. So I'm thinking, oh shit, this is getting real now. So he slaps my buddy. Does that make sense? So I hit him, and then he smacks a beer bottle against my noggin and walks out of the bar. That's kind of the end of that story. I didn't think it was going to go any further than that.
Yeah.
But that's alright. If you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough, right? And I've been thinking about that a lot. I think I'm a little dumb. But really, the only reason I do a lot of these dumb shit is because I want to be able to tell stories like my grandfather. And I've been thinking about the stories he's told me, and they're all pretty wild, pretty crazy and whatnot, but he's 72 years old. I think if I'm going to tell stories to my grandchildren, I got to make it to 72 first. I'm not doing so well there. That's alright. But I promised the last time I was here that I'd tell the story about how I got a failure to maintain control of vehicle ticket. And I'll start it like this. Do you guys know what the difference is between felony eluding and misdemeanor evading is?
What?
It's if the sirens are on. That's what the Butler County Sheriff told me as I was in handcuffs. Right. I decided that I'd take my pickup on a little run while I was on a suspended license, and if you're trying to imagine the vehicle I would drive, just go ahead and look at me. You took a quick look, and whatever you think is accurate. That's alright. It had the Dixie horn, it was straight pipe, it had the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. That was already pre-installed. That wasn't my touch, don't worry. But it didn't have any brake lights. When I say it didn't have any brake lights, I mean it wasn't a burnout bulb, it wasn't a wiring issue, there was just no tail lights in it whatsoever. But it's Butler County, so who gives a fuck, you know? I figured I was just a farm kid and they wouldn't matter. Well, they cared, you know. Going down Highway 3, and sure enough, lights turned on behind me, and I decided to take off because I was on a suspended license. And you know, I'm driving a '96 Chevy Crew Cab, and it's got a V8 in it, and it's loud as hell, so it's like, hands down, I can outrun the police charger, no problem. At least I thought on the ground as I could, you know. And this was like a year ago, like 2 days ago, so this is still pretty fresh if you ask me. But I was on the ground roads, they were icy and whatnot, so I'm going around corners, you know, feeling like Dukes of Hazzard, Merle Haggard playing, shit like that. And then I tried to make a corner to get away, and I was thinking to myself the whole time, if I make this corner, I got it, I'm good, I can go into the woods and I'll be done. Well, I didn't make the corner, I went through a ditch about 90 miles an hour. It's pretty fucking crazy, right? Went down through the ditch, came out, went between a barbed wire fence, not sure how the physics work on that. Crashed through a tree, a pine tree, still doesn't make sense how that works. Rolled about 200 yards into the CRP field, and I got out, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, this ain't good. And then I see my next worst fear. The cop doing the same thing into the ditch. He goes flying into the ditch, comes to arrest, and I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna be pissed. That's what I was worried about, right? So I kind of go walking over to him, I'm like, yeah, I just rolled my truck, I'm not gonna run for me now. Go walk up to him, and after securing the criminal, which was me, he's looking around his car, and he's like, huh. And he kicks it a couple times, he gets into it, I'm just standing on the road, you know, I could run away if I wanted to, but he figured I knew better than that. He gets into the car and drives it right out of the ditch. It was the most badass thing I'd seen a police officer do, you know, just drive a car out of the ditch and didn't care, got out again, kicked his tires once or twice and was like, huh, it's all good. He goes, Hunter, you know what the difference is between evading and eluding is? And I go, no. And he explained that sirens. I said, okay, what's that matter? He goes, well, I never had my sirens on. I'm like, oh, fucking great. He goes, so I can't give you a eluding charge, but I can give you a misdemeanor evading. And I said, that doesn't sound too good to me. I'm already on a suspended ticket, or a suspended license. I don't know how much longer it's going to last and whatnot. He goes, but that's too much paperwork, so I'll let you go. And I don't know if that's necessarily a legal break or not. But I'm sure glad to hear that, right? So he decides that he's going to write me a driving while suspended ticket, and then a failure to maintain control of vehicle. He says, that's kind of stupid if you ask me that I have to write this ticket, meaning that I went in the ditch too. But I made it out and he didn't, so here you go. That's my favorite officer I've ever ran into. You know, he's a pretty good guy. I've since run into him, and he's asked me if I run from the police, and I go, no. So he says, did you learn your lesson? I go, no. So I got another ticket a couple weeks later. But when we were talking that time, he goes, Hunter, I got to offer you a piece of advice. I said, okay, go for it. You know, you can give me a break. I'll listen to you. He goes, well, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. And I go, shit. And I think this last week, and I really made him proud by taking that beer bottle to the head.